think. A lot of things just popped up all at once. Oh, good morning. Are you there? I look like I'm in the shadows. Metaphorically. No, we're all good. Let's see. I got $20 on today's lottery. Gotta be. All right, 3 people. Say hey. You know what? I can't see comments anyway. One moment, please. I swear, it just changes what it wants to show to me. Show me? Aha! There you are. Oh, but I must have just been late, June. Let's be honest. Good morning. I have. Oh, yeah. Too much going on. All right, well, no, stay on page, fine. All right. Well, I'm somewhere on Facebook because people are commenting. I can't find it either, though, if it makes you feel better. I honestly think I was just running a little late. Ah, there it is. All right, let me close all these other windows because holy moly. I have a friend request. My bad. Yep. All right. Good morning. Oh, Lindy, I'm going to show you more pictures because, I just can't. I can't stop looking at them. Hello. I think y'all know. Good morning. Guess what? I'm sorry, Debbie. I failed you. What's that Michael Caine? Jeffrey's like, I failed you. I apologize. Yeah, Debbie, hopefully you saw where I don't know the difference between fam and family. It's the most wonderful time of year. Kelsey, you're not making me want to move to Wyoming. Just saying, because I'm pretty sure I would never go to the dentist. Thank you. This is a Leslie? No, this is a Valerie. Valerie. Which, if you haven't heard the Amy Winehouse version with Mark Ronson, hold on, let me make sure I'm not telling you the wrong thing, because I just sent this. I took a picture of my radio and sent it to Rochelle because it's on my playlist. It is. Yeah, Amy Winehouse and Mark Ronson version of Valerie. Highly recommend. You know what? Oh, Debbie, I will be sorry. The coupons, I wake up in the middle of the night just going, coupons! I gotta hurt my teeth a little bit there. Jennifer Atkinson. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm 75% sure that you won our 5 out of 4 family challenge from last month, from October. So send me a message. And if you've sent me a message and I haven't responded, I'm sorry. Can you tell? My mother would say that I'm looking a little peaked. I keep seeing my reflection. So Mom's not here yet, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm feeling a little peaked. Peaked? I don't think that's actually a word. This is how my mom messes with me because I already can't pronounce things. We just make up words in our family, and we roll with it. Debbie, that's the dang truth. Debbie says anything Amy Winehouse could sing the ABC song, and I would want to hear it. Well, thank you. This is it is a word. Look at that. Thanks, Lori. You know that tech degree. Have I told y'all? Probably. That my freshman English class, we made web pages. And then I took intro to film. I don't even think I took a British literature class because my love of all things Jane Austen did not develop until later. I don't think. My love of Keanu Reeves happened in that film class, though. I'm just saying. Dr. Bynum was obsessed with Keanu Reeves. As a straight man being obsessed with Keanu Reeves, it was quite entertaining. And so we got to watch A Walk in the Clouds. Just saying. Underrated. Underrated excellent. Stephanie, I definitely did. Yeah, but Cindy, I read that as peaked. I peaked too soon. Also something my mother likes to say. Mom, where are you? Debbie, I would have to. I just like to read. I could have taken a whole class on Dickens. I've thought about going back. I used to be in a book club, but they didn't actually read books. I think I was the only person in the book club that read the books, which is fine because I don't want to go the other way where we were all reading a bunch of boring books. But anywho. Oh, I'm glad, Heidi. It's only 6 days late. So my weekend. Lori, can you just like have a little earbud so you can tell me when I pronounce words wrong and then correct me? Like that sounds weird or maybe even rude to some people, but I mean it in the nicest way. I'm here, but my sound is weird. You know, it's probably me, Mom. I'm just going to put that out there. So I have some things to share. On this side of your screen, you might actually be able to see a stack of fabric. And I'm only 100% ashamed to say that it's new fabric. Oh my god, I have tears in my eyes. I had an experience. I think I was just shopping under duress. I had to go to Joann last week to try and find some fabric to get my violet costume to fit. I can't remember if I shared this last week or not. Like, it has just been bananas. April, hilarious. I've heard that, like, and I think my mom would agree with this. Like, I always have been a reader. Jenny, it was, but not like $2.99. This is just like I couldn't say no. I always have been a reader, and I guess I just like read more than I listened. Probably still true. And I just mispronounce everything, but I can spell. It's just whatever. Anywho. Okay, so our weekend was bananas. We had Jeff out of town at a Boy Scout event with Kellen. Hey, Jenny, I'm going to say once again, because I haven't said it enough. I probably have. Thank you for getting us to look at the Boy Scouts because it has been awesome for both Kellen and Jeff. Like, as hard as it is not to have him home, like, it has been the most positive experience for the two of them. So, thank you. My daughter can't. I have of the twins, one can spell and one can't. It's just hilarious to me. Anywho, but the one who can spell was crying this morning because Sydney. I just said their names. Whatever. Finished a book before her. She's like, I'm always starting a new series and then Sydney finishes it first. And it's not even that Sydney's like giving her spoilers. She's just ticked off that Sydney reads for, like more faster, whatever. Oh my gosh. I love that movie, Debbie. Debbie says, the movie Roxanne where he's got the earpiece. I love Steve Martin, but I love that movie. CW. What does CW stand for? I just think of classwork. I'm at a loss. What is CW? So Angela, Jenny was super ticked off last week because she got kicked out of her classroom spelling bee for the word thoroughfare, but another girl got kicked off for the word gluten. I'm like, oh, cotton woven. Thank you, Kelsey. I'm a little slow. And she's like, why couldn't I have had the word gluten? How come I had to have thoroughfare with all those O's and U's? It's like, I don't have an answer for you. Oh, goodness. I think that's awesome, Jenny. So Kellen had his first experience camping out in 28-degree weather. He earned his first 3 merit badges, like, for fishing. He like filleted and gutted a whole type of fish and then pan fried it. And like I love eating fish. And echelon. Oh my gosh. Angela, mine was standing in the middle of the mall in a taffeta dress my mother made me. Don't show the pictures, Mom. And I got knocked out on the word squeak. And I just, in my head, I can hear myself, like just trailing off. I think, Debbie, I think my husband and my daughter, my 9-year-old, cannot visualize, and actually my 15-year-old, they do not visualize the words. I'm like, you see the letters in your head, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful, Mom. I'm just saying, it's a had a bad experience. All right, so we had a crazy weekend. We had a lacrosse one-day tournament where Sydney should have played 5 games. We had a soccer tournament where uh, who is it? Madeline played 3 games, could have played 4 if they had won that 3rd game. Jeff and Kellen were out of town. Jenny had her Friendsgiving on Saturday where they did like a charity project, and then I had a glass of wine with my lady friends. I love the Italian job because Marky Mark is hot. I said that out loud. Except in No Fear. Not hot and No Fear. Kind of creepy. I don't even know what that word means. Anyhow. I love the Italian job. So we had the Friendsgiving, and I had to like bring things to donate for our little shoebox project. And then on Sunday, we literally had a game at 9 a.m. and 38-degree weather. Lots of layers. I looked like the kid from the Christmas Story. And then I came home, showered super fast, tried to find real clothes to put on. And from there, let me think. I had to leave to go to to Reeve's interview. So Reeve had her last interview with the Rotary Youth Exchange. And I like pulled in. Jeff pulls in from the Boy Scout campout, so unshaven, just dirty, and wearing a Boy Scout. I call it an outfit just to make myself laugh, but the uniform. And they immediately separate us from Reeve. So Reeve goes in to talk to the students who were already the Rotary. They're called Rotex. They're the kids who already traveled. And we go in to talk to the old men. Sorry, Rotarians. That's who was there. And I think I talked too much because we ran out of time. Like, they're supposed to ask us all these questions. And like, we were literally coming off a weekend where Reeve was babysitting for us twice. And so they were like, name a time when Reeve... Oh, what was the question? It wasn't even like, it was like made a bad choice. And I'm like, or disappointed you maybe. I can't remember the wording. But I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, trust me, it's happened. But we're coming off of a weekend where Reeve has babysat for me Saturday night, most of the days Saturday, But then for Sunday, like, again, babysitting again. And I was like, she can do no wrong this weekend. Are you kidding me? Now, I came home last night and everybody was in bed. Oh my gosh. I think overall it went really well. So I don't know how often it's normal to check these things, but apparently we're going to find out today if Reeve got in. We won't find out what country Reeve is assigned in until December 15th. Oh, Reeve is killing it. That's pretty much the sentence I said. Phlebotomist. It went really well though. And I don't know. I came out of there, but like, so to tell you more about my weekend, we went to the first game at 8:30 a.m. on Saturday morning for lacrosse, and Sydney starts coughing, and I let her skip school on Friday because she wasn't like, I thought she was recovering, and she had just asked every day, and Heidi, she'll leave next August. But like, we get to the game again, freezing her tushes off, and she starts miming at me from across the field. And at one point, she's on the field, and I hear her coach go, "Sid, be aggressive." And I was like, I don't think I've ever heard anybody tell Sydney to be aggressive. Like, that's sort of her love language. And so she starts miming at me, and I walk over, and she's like, and it was like the cold had just exacerbated everything. And I took one look at her. I'm like, let's go home. Like, we don't need this. It's fun. We don't need Heidi, I will let you know. I think the Faroe Islands were also on the list. They weren't in her top 5, but there were a lot of Western European countries. Um, so I got to bring Sid home. That actually made my day a little bit easier, and it was just an awesome weekend. It was a good weekend overall. One of the high points, I finished Ginny's shirt dress. So is this 5 out of 4 related? I mean, it's sewing related. So I'm going to share the pictures with you. And I took pictures, which is, a big deal for me. So for those of you that don't know, this is my 13-year-old Virginia. She goes by Ginny. She's in cotillion, which I refused to do when I was her age, but she really, 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 really wanted to do it. All of her little friends are doing it. I was rude. All of her friends are doing it. It's super cute. All right. And so for the 50s party, for the finale of Cotillion, she asked for a shirt dress. And I probably went above and beyond. I mean, probably, maybe, just a little bit. So here she is. It has a puff sleeve. This is an all woven. She picked out the fabric. The fabric came from Joann's. For those in the 5 out of 4 family who have been following this trip, I've got, we need to do a little update. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. It has a back yoke there and back darts, fold over collar. And then, there's a good view of the back yoke. It took me this is version 4 of the bodice. It's just a cotton woven. It's a cotton quilting product. Cotton quilting fabric. It's nothing fancy here. 44 inches wide, which is why it doesn't have a circle skirt. You can't see it, but under her right arm there is an invisible zipper, because literally on Friday, Jenny was like, well, I don't want buttons on the skirt. And I was like, what? Oh, okay. And I'm texting Rochelle mad, she doesn't want buttons. So now what the heck am I going to, Anywho, we got the saddle shoes, and my mom hand sewed some lace to some fold over socks for her. It was a group effort. I ordered a petticoat off of Amazon because ain't nobody got time to sew their own. But yeah, I'm pretty ding dang. Okay, I'm really, really proud of it. There's also pockets. So with an invisible zipper, wrap your brain around how to put in pockets, because an invisible zipper on the side, including pockets, it was some spatial awareness, y'all. The covered buttons on her bodice are actually from my grandmother's stash. And you can't quite see it here because it blends in, but there is a belt. It's a fabric covered belt buckle, courtesy of the lovely Lindy Britt, who is in the 5 out of 4 group and in the 5 out of 4 family, and literally lives 10 minutes north of my Joann. So I ran to Joann for something unrelated to this, for fabric for the violet dress. And they did not have any of these fabric covered belt buckles. And well, I mean, come on, we needed one. And Lindy came to my rescue. It was a trip. Super fun. So yeah, there's her hands in her pockets. The pearls are all her. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's just quilting cotton, nothing super fancy. But yeah, I mean, I did a little band on the sleeves and I hand sewed them on the inside so the seam is hidden. I actually did try to do some techniques from this time period. And that was partly for, you grow through what you go through. And it really did turn out amazing. So for the lapel and the fold over, let me see. I don't think I have another close-up one. I know I have way too many pictures. Everybody needs to see 17 pictures, right? I'm really happy with how it turned out. But a lot of hand sewing. I hand sewed the facing down in the seams. I hand sewed the back yoke, so that seam was hidden. I mean, it was fun. The skirt, let me go back over here so you can see. I put in 3 knife pleats on either side. Originally, we wanted a circle skirt, but with 44-inch wide directional fabric, you couldn't fit it. So that wasn't working. I did a little tester run where I didn't even finish the skirt. I just wanted to try out the pleats. I did the pleats in my new CAD software. Holy moly, it made it super easy, y'all. It was glorious. But I can honestly say it was a labor of love, but it wasn't labor. Like, this was fun. There was no cursing involved. Like, the fit of the bodice, like, I thought I was, me being me, this is like how you know you design patterns. I started with a little book that I have here that's like, I don't know what it's called. I don't even know where it is. And it was like good for ideas, but I after the first version, I completely redrafted everything because like I didn't like the collar, I didn't like the back, I didn't like the dart was super low, the armhole was super low. I mean, it was just one thing after another. No cursing is a feat. So, it was super fun. I'm really glad that y'all let me share that with you because I'm in love. And she's worn it once, and it will not get worn until Madeline chooses to go to cotillion. Unless she's in some sort of play where they need a 1950s shirt dress. At which point I will be like, you have to bring it home. You can't leave it there. It's funny, last summer they did West Side Story, and then they also did Little Shop of Horrors. And I think it could have been used for either of those, although a solid was used instead in a slightly different boat neck version. But yeah, it was fun. We talked about doing a victory roll, but in the interest of time and sanity, we chose the high ponytail. And she wanted heels, and I laughed maniacally and got her cheap saddle shoes. You know, I think Jenny's friend Audrey would wear this to school. Audrey is one of Jenny's BFFs, and she's just so stinking cute. She is like just a little light. And I don't know. I don't think Jenny will wear this to school. Jenny wears a lot of skirts to school and a lot of circle skirts and often gets asked, like, why are you wearing a uniform? You know? Where did I get the shoes? I got the shoes from Payless June. I went with Payless, I think, or maybe Amazon. I remember we were having this conversation. It was Amazon because Payless, the shipping, the shoes were a lot cheaper at Payless. I couldn't find one locally to go get them. That's what it was. But the shipping to get them here on time was like $40, so it was just cheaper to go on Amazon. Mom, I think I'm just going to find Jenny sitting in her bed in the dress, eating bonbons. I mean, that's really... Our Payless closed too. Yeah, we just have rack room, which is not a deal anymore. But, oh, see? Victory rolls I identify with the 40. See, that's why we didn't go that way. I like the ponytail. Anywho, that was my adventure. Now I can, like, I apologize to everybody in the pajama testing group. I 100% went MIA to focus on that dress. And it's awesome. I'm pretty pumped. All right, so the good news is the Ellen pajamas are looking awesome. If you love saddle shoes, Katie, Amazon, there's actually a pair at Rack Room, but they were $75. Same brand. Payless is online, and they were $25. Amazon's somewhere in between. So I 100% went MIA. But the good news is the kids is ready. I'm going to put that into testing today. And the men's, will be ready soon. And I got more fabric. So let me show you my fabric. I love flannel. Like, I love flannel sheets. I love flannel pajama pants. I love flannel. I don't wear dresses, but you feel me. So this I got to go for my son. So my son is obsessed with wolves/werewolves in particular. I'm not quite that dark and stormy, but when they have one with wolves on it, even with other animals, I had to get it for him. So I got this for our contrast. Is that out of focus? Maybe if I don't look. So I think that's going to be super cute. He's going to like it. anything with wolves. And then I got more red because I used a lot of it on mine. But then I got some non-Christmas styles. Oof. Uh, I mean, I like holidays, but I just liked these sort of retro feelings. Anna, Anna Maria Horn? No, that's not who it was. There's a quilting fabric designer. I'm trying to blank on her name. That's not it. It's not that one. Anyway, she did a knit fabric a long, long time ago when the girls were little that was similar to this. But then I found this one and they had it. This is super soft. This was in the flannel aisle, but it's like crazy wide, like super duper wide. And I loved it. And I'm just going to wrap myself in it. Keep wanting to make things and then being paralyzed by the idea of needing to match my stripes. Oh, 100%. Yeah. But that's the good thing about this. I don't have to match it. And the plaid, I'm only going to use as like the lapel, you know, and the collar and maybe the pants. And I don't need to match it. Allison, you just missed Jenny's pictures. I showed way too many. So this was my other one that I was obsessed with. Not a holiday print. But I'm like kind of wondering, like it's a little busy. But we'll see. I might just pair it with the red because I like a little pop. When I pop, you pop. Just like that. Anybody feeling it? Yeah, the 108 wide. I know, right? I love the super wide. But this one's, I mean, I liked this little crosshatch. Reeve, you'll like it too. So yes, that is my fabric haul. I mean, don't forget that I just had a fabric haul of flannel that I haven't even gotten through. Oh my gosh. You know, Robin, the last time I used Joann's flannel, I washed it, and of course it shrinks. But then I made sure I washed and dried it. And then I made a nightgown with it was a Grinch fabric, which the Grinch flannel was pretty expensive back then. That's not long. Like this was for Jenny when she was, I don't know, like 5 or 6. And I put a ruffle on the bottom in red, and then the red bled into the Grinch, and yeah. And Jenny being Jenny was like, I'm not wearing that anymore. At 5, this is the kind of stuff she put me through, y'all. 5, just saying. Whew. All right, so before I forget, which flannels are the better qualities at Joann's? Well, the ones not at Joann's. Oh, I said that out loud. That's a good question. All of the ones I have gotten so far, I don't know the answer to that. We shall see. My guess is this 108-inch wide, probably not the highest quality, but it feels super soft, and that's what I was going on. The good news for me, I always add too much length to my pants, and then when they continue to shrink, because I've had this issue even with like expensive birch organic knits, over time, I'm not growing. Those bad boys are just still shrinking. I'm sure that one of, you know what, I should write down and maybe, I'm not going to call anybody at Joann's because if you want to exercise in futility, that is it. But better, I bet I'm going to figure this out. I'm curious. But the good news for me is I have children who are shorter than me. And so they will wear them. In fact, I looked over at one point. So Reevie didn't have a lot of dress up clothes. And at one point I looked over at her and I was like, you're wearing my pants. Like, we're not the same size. Not even close. Like, my waist is 6 kids bigger than Reevie's. And so Reevie goes, you gave me these for the interview. And I'm like, oh, right. Can I have them back? Jenny's not quite there yet. She has decided to take my sweatshirts, like the wow, Heidi, I gotta clean out my sewing room. There's just not enough hours in the day to sew all this stuff up. Anyway, yeah. Jenny just takes all my gigantic sweatshirts. And some of them are old. Like, I have one sweatshirt from high school. I graduated high school in, like, this is where, I can't remember what year it was. It was 97. Yeah, it was 97. And it had to have been from my junior year, I think. Anyway, and she wears that, and I'm like, don't wear that in public. Like, what? Um, yeah. Oh, funny. My Michaels has fleece, but then they have just a ton of home deck. They don't have any flannel over there. Amy, that's why I just choose based on which you know, pick fabric design I like. I don't even worry about the like if it's $2.99, I'm not expecting the quality to be that high. I mean, you get what you pay for. I don't know. So, those are my two big items. Let me think. We're doing the kids today. Oh, you really think? Oh my gosh, Jen, I hope they expand because everything else is closed. Like the Joann's is a good 30 minutes away. Hobby Lobby moved 30 minutes away. The Michaels is like 10 minutes. They just started, Janine. I got thread there to match the green dress, actually. That worked out perfectly. And I got the pink ribbon there. Maybe I should just do a little advertisement for Michaels and Joann's. And Payless, even though I didn't go there. That's all right, Kathy. If you want to be overwhelmed with pictures of Ginny's shirt dress, just rewatch. So this week is all about obsessively checking our email to see if Revi was chosen for the Rotary Youth Exchange. And then finishing up all of the patterns and tutorials. Awesome, Amy. For the pajamas. Figuring out my Violet issues. Womp womp. Elizabeth, we always say we're 10 minutes from something or an hour from something good. No matter where we live, we say that. Oh, that's interesting, Robin. I loved Hancock's. It wasn't close either, but it wasn't near the mall. Like I didn't have to fight whatever. I loved it. One of my favorite pairs of Zen pants is made using a fabric from Hancock's. Yeah. I remember going to Hancock's with my mama. Okay, winners. I was supposed to do a winner last week, and I dropped the ball. So last week's winner is Glinda Vizecki. Congratulations. And this week's winner is Diane Montavon. Congratulations. So you both won a $15 gift certificate to 5 out of 4. You can message Tiffany info@5outof4.com. The Hancocks I know of, Katie, was called Hancocks of Paducah, like Kentucky. So perhaps. I was going to say I didn't have to go to the mall. I had to go a little country. So that makes sense in my mind. Kelsey, that makes me think of after my freshman year of college, I worked at Mount Rainier. And we lived in a double wide that was like owned by the National Park Service. And we shared it with a bunch of people. And we had a gas station, a BP, that sold a couple of groceries, but they were all out of date. Like we're talking a bottle of ranch dressing from 2 years previous. And then, Katie, Elizabeth says they had a few Hancocks in Wisconsin, and one in Illinois, apparently. But we had to drive 2 hours to Puyallup to go to like the movie theater or the grocery store, all these things. Anyway, good times, great oldies. All right, so that is all I have for you. Keep a lookout for a couple of free patterns coming your way. This town wasn't a town till like 1979. Amazing. We're still trying to make some towns down here, so it's all good. They've decided that like all these little ritzy communities need to be their own town so they can charge a city tax on top of everything else. Anyway, I could go on and on. So yeah, I'm finishing up the pajamas. Rochelle, even though she's supposed to be taking time off, is working on a couple of fun, exciting free things for you. She is um, enjoying a vacation with her family right now, but be on the lookout for that. And what else? What am I forgetting? I have In the Heights stuck in my head. Oh my gosh. So I was gonna do the compare and contrast for Ginny for the Mia pants. And I cut out all the pairs and then I quickly lost the like didn't lose them, but just like put them off to the side. And I can see one pant leg from here, like just out of out of my brain. It's like I cut it out and then just we are a rural community. There you go. Ugh, wow. Buffalo. Thank you. Katie says, way to go, 5 out of 14. I agree. It's all good. It's all good. Now I just need to stay healthy. That's sort of my plan for right now. Next week is Thanksgiving week. I did winners, Kim. I did it. I promise. I did it this week. It was Diane and Glenda. Next week, all the kids will be home with me. So we will be interrupted 6.5 thousand times. But it'll be awesome and there'll be cuteness and I'm sure coughing all over me. Why do my kids cough all over me? Oh my gosh. Anyway, yesterday we had 3 kids home and that was wild and fun. And I ended up in bed at 11 a.m. and like stayed in bed. It was bananas. So I'm a little late on a lot of things, but it's good. It's fine. Everything's fine. No, I actually, like, I had to get through last weekend, and I did, and now we're good. We're good. All right, we're good. So, I hope you're doing well, right? Keep a lookout for the pajamas. We could still probably use some testers for the kids and men. I'm just going to say that. So, if you're interested in either one of those, let me know. But I will be setting up the kids group today and the men's hopefully this weekend. All right. If you have a spare moment, send some positive energy Reevy's way. And we really hope that we get the Rotary Youth Exchange because that's just an awesome opportunity. But yeah, take care. And remember, never stop sewing, never stop growing. There's always more to learn and always more to mess up, which is how you learn, right? Okay, take care. See you next week.